Hello, my name is Mihai Huzau and I'm running for a seat in the European Parliament on behalf of Romania Civic Force Party. I want to become a member of the European Parliament because I wish to represent the interests of my generation, a generation of young Romanians that wish to better themselves in a healthy and serving environment. From a pertinent perspective, I can say that we, the young people of Romania, face pressing problems related to education, culture, health and employment. Since I entered politics, I was always concerned with finding viable solutions for all these complex and interconnected problems. The answers to many of these problems are already known in the developed countries of the European Community. Although we, the youth of Romania, have the disadvantage of a late start in the capitalist world, we need to make the most of our current situation. As such, we can study in detail the successful models implemented in these countries, adapt them to our socio-economic conditions, and then apply them with the certainty of success. Thus, I believe that the problems of young people in Romania can be solved through a comparative analysis. In this regard, my presence in the European Parliament will facilitate access to legislation regarding the youth of European Union members. Also, it will give me the opportunity to network and build professional relationships with representatives of other countries, thus having a direct source of information on how they dealt with similar problems. I think it is far more efficient to adopt solutions that have already proven their effectiveness and adapt them to our country than trying to reinvent something that already works successfully elsewhere. One of the problems of young people in Romania that particularly caught my attention pertains to education, namely the lack of resources for financing higher education. One of the main resources of our country is intelligence. We all know cases of young people whose intellectual and artistic capacities remain untapped because of their families' lack of financial resources or the lack of interest from institutions that could actually do something about it. I consider that these young people should be given the chance to follow their dreams no matter what the circumstances are, be them financial or social. Like previously stated, a solution can be found in countries like England or Sweden, in which higher education financing programs were implemented years ago. These are the so-called student loans, which can be obtained by young people who want to pursue a university degree but don't have the necessary financial resources. I think that the implementation of a similar program is viable in Romania as well, generating this way other beneficial effects due to the conditions for obtaining such a loan. The main effect will be increasing the number of young people with higher education degrees and thus better chances of finding a well-paid job. The conditions for granting credit for studies must necessarily cover the following aspects. Returning the credit will automatically begin when obtaining the first job after finishing their studies. This way, the young graduate will be encouraged to find work, and as such, the beneficial effect will be a decrease in youth unemployment. And, after graduation, the recipients of these loans must work a certain period of time in the country, at least until they return the full credit. This condition will have a major impact in encouraging young people to find jobs in Romania, while at the same time slowing the brain drain affecting the country. The project just presented clearly shows my interest in solving my generation's problems and the desire to become a member of the European Parliament in order to have access to information and the connections necessary to implement these ideas and solutions. Thank you for listening.